Howdy again, Shane from 107 Media, just showing you through some of the equipment that we're using to capture our motorsport events and other events, of course, that we cover, not just motorsport. And what we've got here is actually one of our, we call them our Trackside cameras, and this is how they set up. So we're going to go a little bit handheld on this one, so you'll have to excuse me as we do this. And so what we have here is our base camera, which is a Panasonic. 2 SD cards in there. We connect an external Rode NTG mic to this, which depending on the situation we'll either mount it on top here, or we will actually have it sitting off to the side of the camera somewhere, down a bit lower, protected from wind and things like that. Sitting on some 15mm rails, and as you can see down here, and connected to that we have a V-lock battery and a monitor, so that our guys can basically watch the action, what's been recorded on here. And with this setup here, once it actually sits on the tripod, the battery down here actually folds down and away, and that allows obviously the camera operators to see what's in front of them. And as the cars go past, they don't, they're not sort of looking up here, as they're doing the monitor, when the action's actually down here. So that's how we set up these cameras. They sit on tripods. At the moment, we're actually moving towards let me just move that over there. We're actually moving to a system that mounts directly to the scaffolding that we stand on, and that'll stabilise the shots a bit more, make the cameras less susceptible to wind, and one less bit of awkward equipment for the guys to carry around. So these batteries, the V-lock batteries, the ones we're using at the moment, last about 4 hours, which is generally enough to get us to a lunch break, and then the guys can just switch over the V-lock battery and get another 4 hours. We are looking at some higher capacity batteries, which will mean that there'll be no rotation needed. And the other thing we're also looking at is creating some custom housings for this whole rig, so that during rain the guys can just slip on a cover to the whole lot and still continue to operate without getting the equipment wet, which is a massive problem, because the electronics get wet, they fry, and we now have to replace cameras. So that's our main camera. Again, got any questions, how we're running them? We do record everything off these on 4K. Some might say it's a waste, but it does allow to do some reframing if required. So if something's not quite looking right in the framing, in the editing process we can actually edit that out, edit around it, and make it look a lot better. So anyway, we'll chuck a list of the equipment that we're actually using down here somewhere, and you can obviously, if that's what you want to set up, and that's you can have a rig like what we use. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.